Have you ever noticed that as you get older, you start avoiding social situations more and, oddly enough, feel happier about it? You're not alone. In fact, there are powerful psychological reasons behind this shift. And today, we're diving deep into why this happens and how it can actually be a sign of growth and fulfillment. As we age, our preferences and priorities change. The high-energy social scenes that once brought us excitement can start to feel more draining than enjoyable. But why is that? What causes us to feel more content with solitude, or smaller, more meaningful social circles? In this video, we're going to explore 6 psychological reasons that explain why we tend to avoid people more as we age, and why, surprisingly, it can lead to greater happiness and emotional well-being. So, let's unpack these reasons and understand the psychology behind it. Reason number 1: energy conservation and emotional exhaustion. As we age, one of the most significant and noticeable changes is the natural decline in our physical and mental energy levels. In our younger years, socializing with large groups of people, attending lively parties, or staying out late could feel exciting, energizing, and fulfilling. But as time passes, our bodies begin to tire more quickly, and emotionally, we find ourselves less equipped to handle high-energy environments or situations that require intense focus and engagement. Socializing, especially in larger groups or unfamiliar settings, can often become mentally and emotionally draining. Engaging in small talk, trying to keep up with multiple conversations, or navigating complex social dynamics can leave us feeling exhausted rather than invigorated. This shift is not only a result of physical aging, but also a sign of emotional maturity. We begin to recognize that our energy is a precious resource, and as a result, we naturally become more selective about how we spend it and with whom. This is not a negative or unhealthy change. It's simply a part of aging. As we grow older, it becomes important to prioritize emotional well-being, choosing to spend time with people who contribute positively to our lives. Instead of being constantly surrounded by others or adhering to busy social calendars, we learn to conserve our energy for activities and relationships that bring us true joy, peace, and fulfillment. This prioritization of quality over quantity in social interactions allows us to experience deeper, more meaningful connections without the emotional exhaustion of trying to please everyone. Reason number 2: increased self-awareness and personal growth. With age comes wisdom, and along with that wisdom comes an increased sense of self-awareness. Over the years, we gain a better understanding of who we are, what we truly value, and what brings us happiness. This heightened self-awareness shifts how we view relationships and interactions with others, as we begin to make more conscious decisions about how to spend our time and with whom. In our youth, we may have felt the need to please others, fit in, or attend social gatherings simply because we believed it was what was expected of us. However, as we grow older, we gain the confidence to say no to situations and people that no longer align with our values, interests, or emotional well-being. Instead of feeling pressured to conform, we choose to invest time in activities and relationships that resonate with us on a deeper level. As we gain more self-understanding, we start to recognize that spending time with people who make us feel anxious, drained, or unfulfilled no longer serves our emotional health. This newfound self-awareness helps us embrace the joy of solitude or choose the company of a select few people who bring positivity, support, and calm into our lives. Rather than feeling lonely or guilty about spending time alone, we begin to appreciate our own company and enjoy personal growth that comes from being comfortable with ourselves. Reason number 3: the desire for quality over quantity in relationships. As we age, our perspectives on relationships and social interactions undergo a profound transformation. In our younger years, we may have placed significant value on the number of people we knew, how many social events we could attend, or the size of our social circle. We often sought validation through external measures, whether that meant being popular, fitting in with a particular group, or being seen at the latest social gatherings. However, as we grow older, this desire for quantity fades away. We start to realize that having a few close, meaningful relationships is far more fulfilling than maintaining a vast network of acquaintances or attending every social event. The idea of quality over quantity becomes central to how we approach friendships and social interactions. We begin to recognize the importance of nurturing relationships that offer genuine emotional support, understanding, and connection, rather than trying to keep up with people who provide only superficial or draining interactions. This shift naturally leads to a preference for solitude or spending time with a select group of people who truly enrich our lives. Instead of feeling obligated to keep up with a large social network, we find joy and happiness in spending our energy on those who contribute positively to our emotional and mental well-being. This change allows us to let go of any guilt associated with reducing the number of people in our lives, realizing that the happiness we gain from deep, fulfilling relationships outweighs the effort spent on superficial connections. Reason number 4: freedom from societal expectations and pressure to conform. When we were younger, much of our energy and focus went into adhering to societal expectations. We often tried to keep up with the latest trends, impress others with our achievements, and maintain a certain image to fit in with social circles. These external pressures created a constant state of anxiety, often leaving us feeling inadequate or insecure about who we truly were. As we get older, these societal pressures naturally fade into the background. We stop caring so much about how others perceive us, whether we fit into the latest trends or if we are living up to society's standards of success. Instead, aging brings a profound sense of freedom, the freedom to live authentically and embrace our true selves. We learn that it's okay to not conform to the expectations placed on us, and that we no longer need to impress anyone. This shift allows us to find joy in simply doing what feels right for us, whether that means spending more time alone or being very selective about the people we interact with. The need for constant social validation lessens, and we begin to avoid situations that feel forced, inauthentic, or unfulfilling. The peace that comes from living life on our own terms, without the weight of societal pressures, is one of the most liberating aspects of aging. Reason number 5: letting go of toxic relationships and drama. With age comes wisdom, and one of the greatest benefits of this wisdom is the ability to recognize and distance ourselves from toxic relationships. When we were younger, we might have tolerated people who caused unnecessary stress, manipulated us, or engaged in drama. Perhaps we stayed in these relationships due to fear of confrontation or because we didn't know how to assert healthy boundaries. However, as we grow older, we develop a clearer understanding of what truly matters. We begin to recognize that not all relationships are worth maintaining, and we gain the confidence to cut ties with those who bring negativity into our lives. Letting go of toxic relationships is an important part of personal growth and emotional well-being. This process can be challenging, but it ultimately leads to greater peace of mind and happiness. By surrounding ourselves with people who truly uplift and support us, we create an environment that nurtures our mental health. We no longer feel obligated to tolerate relationships that drain our energy or contribute to stress. Instead, we focus on relationships that nourish us, allowing us to enjoy a sense of emotional clarity and freedom. Reason number 6: the joy of solitude and personal fulfillment. One of the most profound shifts as we age is the deep appreciation for solitude. At certain points in life, we stop seeking constant external validation or approval from others. We've lived enough to understand what makes us happy, and often, happiness is found in the quiet moments spent with ourselves. Whether it's reading a good book, spending time in nature, or simply engaging in a hobby, solitude becomes a source of joy rather than loneliness. We learn to appreciate our own company, realizing that we are enough on our own. The need to fill every moment with social interaction diminishes because we are no longer driven by the need to seek approval or companionship. This change in perspective allows us to find personal fulfillment in activities that resonate with our soul. It's about being at peace with who we are and embracing the simple pleasures of life. Solitude is no longer something to avoid. It becomes an opportunity for reflection, growth, and contentment. Aging, in this sense, teaches us that we don't need to constantly seek others' company to feel complete. Instead, we can find true satisfaction within ourselves. As we've explored, the shift towards preferring solitude and avoiding certain social situations as we age isn't just a coincidence. It's a natural part of personal growth. From conserving energy and emotional resources to embracing quality over quantity in our relationships, each reason highlights how aging brings wisdom and a deeper understanding of ourselves. We learn to value meaningful connections, shed toxic influences, and live authentically, which ultimately leads to greater happiness and peace. So, if you find yourself avoiding people more as you get older and enjoying it, know that it's not a sign of isolation, but rather a step toward creating a life that aligns with your true values. Embrace the freedom to live on your terms. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insightful content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.